Welcome to MUFC Realist TV. I'm a member of this channel, but you should subscribe or in this show, we're gonna look a cow in the ass. Let's go.
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Welkom. Dit is mijn home and I want to achieve success. Okay?
Good morning, people. It's Tuesday the 5th. And yeah, we want to achieve success as Manchester United fans, but it hasn't never been easy to be a Manchester United supporter as we know it. Media is out for us. The knives are out sharpening. You know, there's a lot of allegations going on there. Glazers are looming. Are they willing to sell or not? You know, there's a lot of things that's going on. And it's kind of allegations galore. But thank God we have a 2-week break to catch up our breath. Not much content going on in the ether rather than, you know, as a fan base, as a community to sort of get together and just discuss, like, you know, the 10 things we learned about Manchester United this week. It's going to be very interactive. We're going to dive into some news, but at the end of the day, you know, what I wanted to bring to the stage is what people, it's like, you know, it's just a normal day at Manchester United office. Yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a meme. So we've got to have a little bit joke and banter about it as well. But this is kind of Richard Arnold at the moment, you know, being the CEO. Protect yourself at all costs. How are you going to deal with all these allegations that's coming around? How are you going to deal with this spin? How are you going to deal with the Glazers? You know, how are you going to deal with PR and press? But before we continue, guys, smash a like on this video and have a drink on your coffee. Like, you know, fuel myself with a coffee. Let me see who's in the VR room this morning. What are you up to? What are you up to? I see you guys. I see Lucifer Morningstar is in here in the house as well, in the VR room. Let me just browse up because there's a few of you there. How many are you actually in this room today? Box is saying, well, hang on, you're back. Box is kind of reacting. What should we do with the broken Sancho? We're going to talk about that, Box. Calm and composed, 100%. Mark is here. What do you say, Mark? What about the money? Yeah, what about with the money? Where's the money coming from, Big Lebowski, according to Mark? Mark, how you doing this morning? Did you laugh with it? Did you protect yourself? Brace yourself, because I do expect within these 2 weeks, there's going to be a shitstorm coming out from media. They're going to make a meal out of the Antony story. They're going to make a meal out of the sales process. It's just going to make a meal out of Ten Hag and everything else. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's player power. You know, how as a manager you deal with it. You know, this is down to Erik Ten Hag and how the club is going to back him instead of throwing him under the bus. That's what we're going to talk about as well in my community. Well, we have a whip around the channel, 100%. Guys, you are laughing your ass off against that video. Interesting what you are saying, Jarle. Good morning to you, Jarle, all the way from Norway. Interesting, share prices dropped 8% already today. 100%. There was a report coming out that the sales process is still ongoing and they do expect it to complete by November. We're going to dive into that story as well. Well, will the share go under 20% today? I don't know, because New York Stock Exchange hasn't really opened as of yet. Luan France, bonjour, madame. After 4 a.m., guys, I'm off to bed. Oh, yes. You see, that's the beauty of being a Manchester United fan, no matter where you are in the world, Luan. Okay, I know you're in Canada. I'm sitting currently in Sweden. There's people tuning in from Australia. This is so beautiful to see. But stick around if you're awake. Take a couple of matchsticks and pin it up and stick around for 30 minutes. I try to compile the stream in short, snappy 30-40 minutes max as a morning stretch up. Good night anyway, says Mark. You already given up, I guess. Enjoy the stream, Mark. Yes, Luan, go to sleep. Watch it in the play of the day, match of the day later on when you wake up. Let me see who's there. Milos Micic, all the way from Serbia. Dali maš informaciju protiv kluba? Yes, we're going to talk about that, about 2025, Milos. What Milos Micic is saying here, like me being a Google translator, Box, do you have any information of sales of the club by 2025? Stick around. We're going to talk about that, Milos. Hope you understand what I'm talking about as well. Mark is saying, back to manager. Don't get the fans to flip-floppy. We're just 4 games in. Yeah, this is the 4th round. And what I tend to do here, people, is to review, what went on off the pitch and on the pitch. And together we can interact and talk about it. A little bit different, a little bit unusual. But at the end of the day, it's all about the community. It's all about you. I'm a fan just like you. And I'm just providing the content for engagement at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say. Well, I feel you, like Mark. You're just a little bit disappointed this morning seeing all these Twitter posts. Fans just immediately incriminated Antony. There was like another one bites the dust, and for what reason? There's a thing that I want to touch base on, and that's moral emotion versus facts, and that is something that I'm going to revisit later on, Mark, as well. Good morning to you, Lucifer Morningstar. How are you today, sir? I'm all well, thank you. I'm all well. Was up 7 a.m. this morning, had a little bit of reflection. We did a mega podcast yesterday about, let's keep united. Never planned to do it over 2 hours, but it turned out to be a rock fest at the end of that end of the stream. We were sharing music experiences, what kind of bands and guitarists. It's different, just talk about anything else outside football, just mental united, because this is very draining, protect yourself. Hence why I played that clip in the beginning, brace yourself, protect yourself, put pots and pans on your head and stop banging, because you ain't going to get hurt on the way out. Alan, good morning to you, Mick. Good morning to you, Alan. Where are you from? Where are you calling from? Lisa Jensen, all the way from Denmark. Good morning, everyone. Big up, big up, big up. Big up to you, Lisa. Gordon is also here saying, big up to you, Mick, keeping us all sane. Yes, the voice of reasoning is back. I didn't really feel well yesterday, to be honest, Gordon. It's never easy, especially when you lose against Arsenal. Then you read all the social media tweets and you see what pundits are saying. Then you read that, Roy Keane got headbutted by a crazy 42-year-old Arsenal fan, and Micah Richard had to step in, and it was just a bad day at the office. Or what do we say, like a normal day at the office, like this one. Yeah, a normal day at the office. Brian, how you doing? I thought it's been Man United fans these days. It's tough to be a Manchester United. I agree. Never easy, never easy. Why can't we just have one normal day just to breathe and enjoy? There's always something going around this club, always, and it baffles me. But at the end of the day, love them, hate them, adore them, but never ignore them, Brian. I hope you agree with my statement. Good morning to you, Premier League ITK. How are you doing? How are you doing? Do you have any ITK news for us? Let us know. Later on, I will post the link, and if you want to have your say, come in, have a chat with me. Let me know your thoughts and feelings, how you see these 2 weeks panning out. What's going to happen with the club? Are we going for a sale? How do you think we're going to progress from here? Barring that we played 4 games, we have sitting on 6 points. Yeah, it's never easy. But at the end of the day, we had a slow start last season too. But then after that international break, we went on a winning streak. I think it was 12 unbeaten. So I do hope that history repeats itself. Lisa, you're on your way to work. So just checked in to say big up to you. Hope you have a fantastic day, Lisa. Soap Opera FC, yes, it is Soap Opera FC. It's a Dallas or Armadale or whatever you call it, wherever you're living from. You can have certain Turkish soap operas when Days of Our Lives and all that stuff, when the camera pans in, when somebody delivered the punchline and you see 20 seconds on a face, like somebody just pulled the stinker and still keeps lingering in the air, and you go. Big up to you guys. James, what are you saying, James? Cracks are showing. Yes. Noah, what are you saying as well? Glazers, watch this, Mick. Any message from them? We'll talk about that as well. Red or dead? Like and subscribe, please. Yes, I'm totally alone in the studio. I thought about it. What am I talking about today? Well, listen, you guys are the content. You let me know. Please like and subscribe. What are you saying as well, Premier League ITK? I feel that Sancho's social media tantrum and the current Antony investigation, There's no doubt that Sancho will play again for Manchester United, and then Ten Hag's will be forced. Well, there was statements coming out, and they haven't really met because during the international break, this is like where people traveling. This is where Ten Hag gets his breathing space. I mean, rest assured, if they meet in the Carrington in the training ground, they will have a conversation. Has it been blown out of the proportion? I don't know, but it's not. It's not the way you handle the business. And in the current affairs, when we lose against Arsenal the way we did, we were dealt a bad hand. We just have to deal with it at the end of the day. At the end of the day, Kenny, how you doing, mate? Big up, Mick. It's only 4 games, and generally, I don't understand what fans are turning on the Ten Hag to be sacked. He nearly got his tactics right against Arsenal. Yes, we spoke about this yesterday. That game was even Steven. We figured out the tactics. They couldn't press as high. Onana was kind of, doing what Onana did. He had a lot of touches the first half. They didn't know what to do with Onana, and the way we played out of the back was amazing. But unfortunately, we had some injuries in the second half, and then we kind of ended up with playing with Harry Maguire and, Johnny Evans, and that's where the fan base turned apeshit, to my opinion. But what should we do? Injuries do happen in the field, and dodgy VR rooms happens as well. Yeah, social media, Jamie, big up to you. It's becoming dangerous, jumping into facts and conclusions without evidence. 100%, 100%. Oh, Ellen, you're in Mauritius. Wow. I've never been to Mauritius, to be honest, but it's on my bucket list. I actually got married in your neighboring country, Seychelles Islands, which I visited 3 times. I love Seychelles. Mauritius is just close by, but I actually did get married, had a beach wedding at Seychelles Islands. So, yeah, como ça va? That's how you say in Creole, right? South Sides is in the house, Ashid. Yes, South Shield, sorry. Yeah, 100%. Big Micah Richards for protecting. Big up, yeah. Micah Richards stepped in, right? 100%. You are watching from Cyprus, Brian. I can see you. How's Cyprus today? Is it the Greek Cyprus side or is it Northern Cyprus? It's beautiful anyway. Where is Adele? Adele took a break. You all got triggered by that thumbnail which Adele with the clock, transfer deadline. You like Adele. Well, who doesn't like Adele? Hello, it's me. This is Jadon Sancho if he gets shipped off to Saudi Arabia. Hello from the other side. Big up to you, man. Ramo, what do you say, mate? How are you doing? Amrabat Medicals was completed, although not before. Detected minor back injury. The Athletic. Oh, God. Here we go again. Press is out there again. But anyway, we have some time to recover and play again. We're going to talk about the positives in moving forward. But I didn't see that report from Athletic. But when I think about it as well, they were the same outlet that reported about Rasmus Højlund's injury, but it was more to get Rasmus Højlund, match fit and, understand Ten Hag's rules and principles, which is clearly he's very keen and strict on that you should keep. Good morning, Georgie Bestie. How are you, mate? How's Brooklyn? How's things over in US? Dobro jutro, says Miloš Mitic. Mark. Listen, all of you, big up, smash a like for this morning stream show. We're going to go easy today. We're going to go easy. We're all warmed up. We're all stretched up. Let's dive right into the stories today, guys. Let me just bring this back to the stream. All right. Fabrizio Romano came out and reported just 14 minutes ago, according to what I'm reading, that Fabrizio Romano releases a crucial update on Jadon Sancho role at Manchester United. It was a sort of unnecessary comments then, right? So let's dive in what Fabrizio has to say, though. Right? We could just read what the media is saying at the moment. This morning, Fabrizio Romano provided some crucial updates on the ongoing fallout between Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag and the winger Jadon Sancho. Reports of tension between Ten Hag and Sancho broke out over the weekend following the news that Sancho was excluded from the Manchester United squad to face Arsenal. It's led to believe that Sancho took his action to social media to vent his frustration, label himself as a scapegoat, and insisting, I have been conducting myself in training very well this week. But it's all come down to, if you read it carefully, right? If you dive into this story carefully, it comes down to that the Sanchez kind of backed himself and he's sulking for not being picked. He's wondering, questioning, why are you picking, your favorite Antony dos Santos? Would I think I'm better? It's unfortunately, this is the modern days that we're living in. When you have social media and fame, branding, you back yourself up and you keep sulking that you're not getting picked. But at the end of the day, guys, it is the manager that picks the team, not the player that picks yourself, right? Money talks. At the end of the day, delusional hits your head. But all I have to say, why are you coming out with social media posts like this? Is it to bigging up yourself, to increase your brand, to undermine the club, to undermine the manager? You have been a flop, to be honest. Like, you've been at the club 2.5 years and you haven't really produced the outputs. Okay, if you had valid outputs and results to back your story, that would be a different output to come out to say this, right? But if you haven't really produced, it kind of really be weird. I know that Donny van de Beek did an interview with 5for5, and also he wasn't picked, so he made a statement, right? Yeah, but that didn't favor him at the end of the day. It's not going to help you guys. It's not really going to help you. Let me know what you guys are feeling, right? There's nothing more into it more than Ten Hag was asked the question in the press conference. Typical media, they like to ask gossip questions. Remember the Ronaldo situation as well. Instead of focusing the game, they picked up, why is not Jadon Sancho part of this team? Well, Ten Hag said, well, he hasn't been good enough. That's it. I give him chances. I believed, I backed him. I sent him away 3 months on a boot camp, and he comes back and has attitude problems. Ten Hag clearly tries to establish rules and principles, and that's what it is, people. There's nothing more to it. There's nothing more to it. We need to now nip it in the bud, move on, either ship him on loan or, have a proper conversation or a statement to come out from Sancho to apologize, right? Nobody's bigger than the club, according to my opinion, right? Whatever I look like, in every work situation, guys, it's always your manager that sets the tone. You as an employee, you have to adhere to the company culture and policies, right? You don't get special treatment, right? Yeah, of course, if you performed well, the manager might give you a little bit of slack, have a sleep in today, you deserve it, right? But if you haven't really produced the goods, then you have to prove yourself. So work harder than last time, Action speaks louder than words, people, if you know what I mean. So what about it? What about it? Let me know what you're thinking. I think that's not justified, right? Yeah, and then we got to look at this story regarding what also happened, that an Arsenal fan broke Keane's nose. How dare you, people? I'm just going like Greta Thunberg, right? How dare you? Compost Smurf, welcome. Sancho had similar issue around his attitude trading application at City, Dortmund, and now here. Not the first time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. History repeats itself, Compost, right? History repeats itself. But what about this? Our club legend got headbutted after we lost 3-1 against Arsenal, and Micah Richards stepped in, broke his nose. How dare you? Roy Keane back in the days would rip him to pieces, right? There's been a lot of things going on in the media. It's not easy to be a Manchester United fan, but we need to stick together, people. We need to stop this nonsense, stop the media to go after us. It's enough is enough. It's enough that the Glazers are trying to divide and conquer us with the sales process. And it's been 18 years of robbery, divide and conquer. They've been keeping silence. And the strategy is always, don't talk. Let the Manchester United fans argue against themselves and we will win. Let us create a narrative that it's the manager's fault. Look the other way, but don't pay attention to us. Does that ring a bell? Does that ring a bell? Well, it was apparently reported that Roy Keane was headbutted by a fan outside the Emirates Stadium during the Arsenal-Manchester United match. They didn't get much coverage, but Micah Richards apparently intervened and pushed the fan back to protect Keane, while Keane was asked nearby staff to call police. The fan broke his nose in the confrontation and was later arrested but released on bail. Released on bail? Seriously, this is more a serious assault allegation, and you get released on bail, right? And then you get stories about allegations of, I don't know, we're talking about Antony Dos Santos. We're going to talk about that as well. But here's clear evidence and facts, and the person gets released on bail, right? That's facts, right? The rest is allegations and speculations and pointing fingers. Right. Let me know what you guys are thinking regarding that. What are you saying, Kenny? Man United, male sports bro, they confirmed that the sell is off. Not really. Male sport is male sports. That got ridiculous, to be honest, on Sunday, that was backtracked as well. Arsenal next game, Everton away. Haha, Everton will get 3 points and the downfall will start. Arsenal was lucky because I've been speaking to a lot of Arsenal fans because I do have my best friend is an Arsenal supporter, and he called me up and said, Mick, we celebrated a win because we knew we were getting away with murder there, right? We spoke about the VAR decision. We spoke about the unfair bias regarding the VAR decision. You invested millions of pounds, dollars, for VAR technology. You have 5 cameras on each side to intervene, to correct the clear and obvious, right? So the linesman didn't pull up his flag. The referee, Antony, what was his name, didn't call offside. It was more the VAR that whispered in his ear, maybe you should have a look at it, right? We saw the line. It is ridiculous, to be honest. I think that at the end of the day, if that goal would have stand, we would have won the game and we would be in a total different mood, people. Total different mood. Let's see what else is going on. There's nothing more to be said here, more than, it is ridiculous. Antony's allegations, it's hit the press. I seen the moral cookies. It's more of the, under no shape or form do I like domestic abuse. I hate domestic abuse. I hate seeing people being bullied. I'm all against it. But what I do advocate for is facts, right? I understand that people going more on the emotional feeling that this is wrong because this is the way we live, We're condemning violence, 100%. But I'm trying to be more of a level-headed to say, well, first and foremost, it's right for the Brazilian FA to sort of take him off the limelight, to protect himself and the victim until we have a conclusion on the investigation. We've seen this movie before with Mason Greenwood as well, so I'm not going to point any fingers until we have the factual evidence. You can sort of refer to case stories where you have defamation of Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp, and there was allegations and there were false narratives and false pictures and videos, and the fact that Antony released a statement to say, like, she's been changing the story, XYZ, why she's coming after me now, after my big money move, XYZ. There's a lot of things that we don't know. So we should not judge at this moment. Just let this play out. Let this come out 100%. But I'm not going to fall into this trap. And I said my piece, people. I said my piece. Guys, so listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to see what you guys are saying as well. What are you think? Let me know what your thoughts and feelings are regarding this. Let me see, people. This is a sort of a chilled morning show. What are you saying? Well, Neil Driscoll, good morning to you. Sancho attitude bad. That's what Pep got rid of him, 100%. Yeah, in a way. I mean, there's attitude and there's cockiness as well. I think United team will surprise the league even more this season. For some reason, can't get rid of the feeling that United grows stronger with more games as the season progresses. Good point, Mark, because we tend to always start slow. I mean, we tend to get our business very late in the window and until people get integrated. But you shouldn't use that as an excuse, right? Are we chasing a ghost? Are we chasing City? They're far, far advanced than everyone else. Like, nobody can catch City, but you shouldn't sweep under the carpet that they've been cheating as well. Nobody talks about that in the press. 115 allegations for cheating and inflation FFP rules. Why is nobody talking about that? That led to the point that they have the squad that they have today. Right? Am I right? Well, Man United, what she's saying, like, honestly, I wouldn't mind if we finished 12th. Just wanted Chelsea to win, to be was down there. Why would you say so as a United fan, mate? Why would you wish us to be 12th? We're Manchester United. We should finish, at least top 4. But that, again, why are we wishing for finishing top 4? We should be challenging any given Sunday. But we're going to talk about it in the 10 things section that's coming up next, my friend. But you know what? Let me see. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, 100%. You contrast to say the club is a huge mess in the moment, but Ten Hag is trying to fix it. Tell me one manager that got what he wanted. Jose tried. He didn't get what he wanted. He got sacked. Ole was a yes man. He got run over. Got sacked. Ragnick came in and tried to do an open heart surgery. Was outspoken. Got sacked. Yeah. We got Ten Hag in. Clearly, the board wanted Pochettino. And if we had Pochettino, we wouldn't die straight at the moment. Ten Hag is the best thing that happened to the club since Sir Alex left. Honest to God, that's my feeling, right? If you look at it, we finished 3rd last season. Big achievement, right? With that squad. We won silverware, which we craved for. Now, this time around, we sold off 23 players. 23 players, let that sink in. Check it out on the stats. We sold 23 players, we loaned out 4, and we got 7 ins. This is a massive window. And that tells you, the stats tells you that we were more focused on clearing out the dead wood, clearing out the squad that Ten Hag didn't want it, so that we can go on in the next window to sort of recruit more of the players that fits Ten Hag's system. This is the way I see it, peeps. This is the way I see it. Incognito, what you saying, my friend? Yes, Jamie, I swear. Yeah, you're talking to each other. Let me see. Ramo, after the Sancho Antony situation, I hope that this will be Pelessi's opportunity. He will be creating chances for Højlund and put some crosses like an old school winger. That's the thing, my friend. We have wingers. So if we miss out, if we kind of miss out, if this pans out, that we have to suspend Antony Dos Santos, if we have to ship out Jadon Sancho, I think we're still good on the wing. We still have Garnacho. Every time Garnacho comes in, he offers something, right? We've seen glimpses of Palestri. We have Amad Diallo coming back as well. So we'd be good. We'd be definitely good, according to my opinion. And that's what you're saying there. We need Amad back as soon as possible. Compass saying, fair play, Mick. Let police and courts do the job. 100%. Listen, I'm way behind the chat, so I'm just going to skip some chat rooms as well. Okay, people. Yeah, we definitely need a stadium and to be successful for years, because that training ground is everything is rotten from the core to ground, and it's not easy, Player power cannot exist anymore. I thought we sort of surpassed that last season, to be honest. Fix it, Ten Hag. The one that can fix this is Ten Hag, because he's got the power, but not power enough. Glazers shafted him in a way, he wanted to get rid of players that he didn't think fitted his system. Ten Hag, Scott McTominay, he got blocked by the Glazers, 100%. What are you saying, peeps? Anyway, big up to all of you. Smash the like, facts, what people are saying. We're just here debating. It's not whatever I'm saying. It's just my thoughts and feelings. At the end of the day, I want to hear from you what you're thinking as well. Guys, I want to go into 10 things what we learned from Manchester United. And the way it works is that I'm going to play number 1 to 10, right? I wrote down 10 headlines, what I thought we learned about Manchester United this week. But But I want to hear your engagement in the VR room as well to tell me what you think as well. So I'm going to go with number one.
No! God, please, no! No! What?
Well, number one, people, according to my opinion, is that Ten Hag is simply cooking with what he got. You know, he's been dealt a bad hand this transfer window. We thought we were giddy that we were getting new owners in, and you know, we had expectation that we would be giving extra money to go and get Harry Kane and Mbappe and all that big money signings. But it turned out that, you know, it was actually 120, 130 mil. That was a Bank of America overdraft. And the Glazers were kind of shafting me in a way to say, if you want more plays, you have to sell to buy. It's been absolutely shambles. So what did Ten Hag do? Well, he got his main targets that he could afford. Like, you know, he got the Mason Mount early. He got the Onana goalkeeper shipped off De Gea on big wages. Managed to lower down the wage bill. Got in Rasmus Højlund, the striker that he wanted. And the rest he had to scrape to get loan deals for, right? He was dealt a bad hand, and at the end of the day, you can question the football operational side like Murtaugh and Arno, how they've been dealing with the situation. But at the end of the day, Glazers are still here. Glazers are still here. That leaves us to point number.
No! God, please, no! No! What?
Until we're sold, Glazers win again, people. What we learned this week is it's still that divide and conquer. Honest to God, like, you know, we've spoken about how many managers been thrown under the bus. This is the Glazer PR strategy. This is the playbook. We've seen this movie before. Glazers don't speak. Glazers, when was the last time you heard a Glazer speak? That was back in November when they announced that we are looking for strategical investments, right? So what they do is clear and obvious. They let us fan base, you know, divide and conquer. What does it mean, Mick? Well, we argue against each other. And it ends up that one bad result, we are back on it to throw the manager under the bus. Do you recognize the script? We clearly need this sales process to start shaping as soon as possible. Glazers needs to go. Glazers are the one that creating the toxic, I can't even pronounce the word. You know what I mean? The toxic environment within our fan base. So I call it a spade a spade. It's still divide and conquer, and don't fall for it. Number three.
No! God, please, no! No! What?
Player power. I thought we got rid of that player power, and this ties into number one, that Ten Hag is cooking. He's trying to make things work, right? You know, in today's modern societies, players love social media, their own brand, more than, you know, what they're playing football at the club. We've seen Jesse Lingard. Was he a good footballer, or was he just more of a breakdancer or a rapper or somebody that did moonwalk on Emirates? And same thing goes with Jadon Sancho. You know, it's got massive social media followers, and 24 years of age. I understand you're still young, but the problem lies in money in today's footballers. Like, you know, you throw money on a youngster, you know, that, you know, clearly you become a rock star status. Like you're becoming a multimillionaire, and you kind of become a little complacent. But at the end of the day, it falls down to money, right? Money and the fame. You're playing for Manchester United, but nobody is bigger than the club. That has always been a policy. Nobody is bigger than the club. Guys, let me know your thoughts and feelings regarding that, because it comes down to point number 4.
No! God, please, no! No! What?
Point number 4 ties into what I spoke about point number 3, and that is rules and principle. That should always be the law. You know, for me, it's simple. Gaffer picks the team, not the player that picks himself, right? Ten Hag, according to my opinion, has backed Sancho all the way. He's been giving him chances. He's sending him off to Holland for boot camp, for training. Although it wasn't his signing, it was Ole's signings, right? We know that his signing, his winger signing, was Antony Dos Santos. But he tried to fix them, and, you know, the disrespect back from Sancho is not okay, you know. If the gaffer comes out to be honest in an interview to say, well, I don't think he's applied himself too much. Like he didn't train well, or I don't know. He wasn't picked for this occasion. And within 40 minutes, you come out and tweet on your social media account to back yourself, to get clicks and, clout. That's not on. Seriously, there's something wrong there, right? So this needs to be nipped in the bud. At the end of the day, if you are in a working situation, imagine you rock up to work, the pecking order, the hierarchy, right? If you work for a company that have the, cultural, that's some called employer value culture, whatever. But in a work situation, you have a boss, and the boss delegates the work and sets the rules and principles the way you should follow. If you're not following those rules and principles, it's called performance manager. You got to be sacked, or you're going to be taken aside or being given like a provisional plan to work a way up to your standards. If you know what I mean, it's called something like, I put you on trial right now, but I set down a couple of rules and principles that I want you to follow. And if you're not achieving what I want, then we have to fire you. That's what's going on right now. So I back at any given Sunday, I back my manager. And if I want to prove something to my manager, it's work harder than the last time, right? At the end of the day, if you read this statement, he calls himself a scapegoat. That is kind of sheer deflection to me, right? That is deflection, according to my opinion. If you can't understand where the problem lies, I get that you're backing yourself for your own ability, but if you haven't really performed ever since you came to Manchester United, then you should look yourself in the mirror before you release that statement, peeps. That's my feelings regarding that point, but let's go into point number 5.
No! God, please, no! No! What?
And again, short and sweet, point number 5 is work harder than the last time. If you want to be selected, prove yourself. That's any given Sunday in life. Don't sit there and sulk, Don't sit there and sulk and say, well, why didn't I get picked? No. If you want to get picked, prove yourself. Action speaks louder than words, people. Point number 6 then. Moving on.
No! God, please, no! No! What?
And point number 6 ties into everything here. Media doesn't love us. We are the biggest club in the world. And yeah, media just waiting for something for this to happen with Manchester United. Make a meal out of it. Just when we just finish off this transfer news and, all the clickbaits and stuff and the takeover news, then this hits us with Antony Dos Santos, with Jadon Sancho. Jason, did I say Jason? Jadon Sancho. Expect the shitstorm. Expect meatballs with a cloud of meat. Well, expect a cloudy day with a chance of meatballs, whatever they say. There's 2 weeks when we're not going to play football, unfortunately, so media is going to have nothing to write about. So I do expect them to write up and amplify this more and more and more. Dig. That's what we're going to say. And that leads us to point.
No! God, please, no! No! What?
That comes down to allegations galore. I'm tired of it. On the back end of Mason Greenwood's story, on the back end how the club was handling it, on the back end that he was proven innocent in the court, then the club did an investigation and they came up with a statement that they didn't find him guilty but still had to let him go. It's just been a shit show, and now we've seen Antony Dos Santos. It's coming down to moral versus factual, right? It's coming down to your personal feeling, what you believe versus the facts. So I would say just park it, nip it in the bud, deal with it and move on, because we cannot afford to have another scandal like this. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And that leads to point number 8.
No! God, please, no! No! What?
Love him, hate him, adore them, never ignore them. VAR doesn't love us. FA doesn't love us. Glazers doesn't love us. And again and again and again, we got robbed. We're talking about the VAR decision against Arsenal. And, I kind of try to understand that, Premier League is a product. Premier League is produced. There's supposed to be action. There's supposed to be drama. Why they keep changing the rules every year to entertain you, right? Why are they all of a sudden playing 9 extra, 10 extra minutes for entertainment's sake. They want us to, to have a late drama goal, right? If Manchester United was given that VAR decision, which was clearly an onside ruling, we would have won the game, 100%. But it was only in the 96th, 97th minute when Declan Rice scored the goal. And if you look at that, you can blame Jomini Evans, but actually Gabriel was the one that pulled him down so Declan Rice could have a clean shot. We also seen images of how Rasmus Højlund get clearly pulled down like a hockey tackle, hockey grab, pulled down because his legs is pointing up as well. They don't look at it. Anthony Taylor added again with the VAR room. And that leads us to more positive point number 9.
No! God, please, no! No! What?
And congratulations, Eric Bailey, finally out from the club. I feel sad. I love Eric Bailey. He's our crazy guy, right? He's the loose cannon that always gets injured, but when he's on the pitch, he's absolutely sacrificing for the team, right? I was just thinking, right, instead of playing Johnny Evans, instead of playing Maguire, Eric Bailly was still on the books. I'd rather play Eric Bailly, even if he gets injured. He puts his body on the line. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. He blocks the shot. He offers something, but fantastic. He is now signed a 1-year deal confirmed. And congratulations, Eric. I will say all the best for all the Manchester United fans out there. And finally, point number 10, which finish off on a positive.
No! God, please, no! No! What?
Number 10 must be our number 9 or number 11, Rasmus Højlund. We finally, oh my God, 20 minutes, that he got against Arsenal shows exactly what we've been missing, what we've been crying out for. Rasmus Højlund might be 20, but the respect he got as soon as he entered that pitch, and you saw what he can deliver on just 20 minutes. I don't say that we should have any, expectation on Rasmus Højlund, but those 20 minutes shows us a little bit of a glimpse of the future, what to expect. And also, Amrabat coming into the team, Kobe Mainoo coming back into the team as well. So, barring that we have 6 points, out of 4 games, the future still looks bright. We have plenty of games to play, and I'm really looking forward to see more of Rasmus Højlund. For me, Anthony Martial can be a passenger. Anthony Martial can be the one that sits on the bench. Ain't matter. We can't ship him off unless Saudi comes. But Rasmus Højlund, oh my God, he shows what a proper number 9 can do. He's not a proper striker. He's more of a player that can link up the play. He's very fast. He's tenacious, very strong. Holding up the ball, holding up the play, link up the play, but he can also score a goal now and then. Guys, let me know what your thoughts and feelings are. This has been 10 things we learned about Manchester United this week. Let me see what you guys have to say. Yeah, absolutely. The 10, Red Rasmus, 100% Red Rasmus. In the number 8, what you're saying, Mark is saying in the 8th season, Rashford statistically via eye test has not improved. I mean, he has the same performance 4 years ago, and his contract was up for negotiation. They explained to me the other 6. You got a point, because I don't like to compare players, but when I look at whenever Garnacho comes in, there's a fight, there's a passion, there's a hunger. And whenever he comes in from the bench, he offers always a threat or a goal scoring, The fact that he came in the substitution against Arsenal and offered that goal, right? That was a clean cut team goal. Like, how we linked it up, the play, how we played, and how he scored, and just to get robbed. The thing is, I want to see more of those youngsters to play that is hungry, that's determined to come into the wing. And yet, you're right, sometimes complacency hit because you think you made it. Whatever Kenny is saying, Højlund might be the next Haaland in 2 years' time. 27 likes, what Stephanie's saying. Are you having any more comments on the 10 things? Are you happy with that? Otherwise, I'm going to share the link to the video to this studio, and you can come in and have a chat with me, because we are here to having a chat. It's more of a chilled morning show. I'm pasting the link right now. Come in, talk to me, share a coffee, share a laugh, Here you go. It's down, pasted down in the video description here in the chat room. Garnacho's going to be fierce. What Angie saying? Big up to you, Angie. Where was Rashford 2022? Yeah, 100%. What are you saying? His name is Contract Ford. We can be critical to the team, 100%. But, you got to have constructive criticism. At the end of the day, we are allowed to have constructive criticism towards the team. We have all the way from Sydney calling in. Hello, Kenny. How you going? Kenny Fan TV. Are you good?
I'm very good. Good, Mick. Good, Mick. How's your night? How's your night been?
Well, it's morning time here. It's 11:15 where I am, and I was thinking, what? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you? What's the time over in Sydney, mate?
It's at the moment it's 7:15
in the afternoon, in the evening, yeah.
Evening, yeah. Evening time for me.
Well, hang on a second. We're going to talk about something else, which I forgot. Sajeev, I did present 10 things what we learned this week out of top of my mind. Do you agree, or is there anything else that you want to add on to it, right? So the 10 points was okay, we got hard done. We've been dealt the media is out for revenge. Ten Hag is cooking what he's got. It's not being backed by the Glazers. We're expecting a sale. But point number 10 is more Rasmus Højlund, and what do we expect in the next 2 weeks to come when we play the next game, right? Will we see a different United lineup? What do you reckon?
Listen, I'm not exactly that sure after 2 weeks because I just think Højlund just comes in. So I have a feeling, like as much as I actually want him to start, but I have a strange feeling like he will start Antony Martial again. I might bring on Højlund in the second half.
Is there more to protect? Is there more to protect the youngster, or is there more? What are you thinking? What's your thoughts and feelings regarding that? Why are you thinking so? I'm just more interested to hear your thought process.
It's pretty much just to it's just because at the Emirates he was playing. He came on, played for only like how long did he play for? Like around 30 minutes. So I just I just want him to improve on this minute.
So you're right. No, but the question is there more to offer protection to shield him? Is it too early?
Yeah, I guess so for me.
That protection, you mean? Seriously. Now we got to laugh about it. At the end of the day, we can provide a little bit of humor in the Monday morning and on a Tuesday morning, to be honest. Well, it's the jury's still out there. But what we've seen with the 20 minutes that he played, he offers something that we've been crying out for. Apparently we have the highest XG in goals creation, but we can't finish the dinner. With Rasmus Højlund, when he came in, Martial was a passenger the whole game, but when Højlund came in, it was a totally different ball game. Yeah, so it's yet to be seen. I don't have an expectation more than to see. I would start him against Brighton. I would start him, throw him in to see what we offer, and keep Martial hungry and lurking on the bench.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I agreed with you. To be honest with you, I also want him to start against Brighton, but as I just said, I will be as I just said, for my prediction is for Ten Hag is he might just going to bring him on in the second half. Yeah,
100%. Mark is saying, Mick, Sajeev, everyone in the chat, can we try to post every online Glazers site? 100%, my friend, 100%. Yeah, sure, and make this. Yeah, listen, Sajeev, I just want to bring in something to the because people was talking about this later. Bear with me. I'm just going to pull out to the stream and we're going to discuss this because Graham Bailey is a reporter that I know well. I had him on the stream before. So I really trust what Bailey's like, and he's been, I mean, when it comes to a transfer market, he's pretty good, right? But he does have very credible sources within the club. You know, we saw that Mail Sports, there was two journalists that nobody has heard before, you know, was on the Sunday paper to say that the sales is off. Absolute BS, right? It was more speculation. But Graham Bailey comes out to say that Manchester United takeover talks continues, right? Qatar 92 Foundations control Old Trafford, main rival to Sheikh Yassim Sir Jim Ratcliffe, yada, yada, yada. Same repeat story. Glazers yet to confirm the asking price, which I don't believe. They have already confirmed the asking price. But what I tried to find is, when I read the story, is what I highlighted here in yellow. The rest is like, you know, if you read the articles, it's the same thing. But what I'm looking is for something unique here. And this is what I highlighted in yellow to say the 90 Minutes has been told that United and Rain Group, the investment bank overseeing the sales of the club, have planned everything being finalized by November, right? Which could mark 1 year from the Glazers first confirmed that they were considering to sell the club. Now, to sell a, any mergers and acquisition, it takes time. This is like a billion. Yeah, this is $1 billion deal. This is a lot of things that needs to be checked, right? So there was a report coming out that September, October, November. But what's your thoughts and feelings regarding this? I mean, do you care, when in time, or do you just care make it happen?
You know what? For me personally, I mean, I don't really care about a takeover at this moment. I mean, I only care about the main news. If the deal just succeeded, then it's all good.
Yeah. There was a tweet coming out today as well from some account to say that, will be an announcement that Ineos has pulled out and stuff like that. I do expect a lot of things, but, we've been quite consistent on this channel to say that, there can only be one outcome here, and that's Qatar. Like, I haven't seen much about Ineos. It's been quiet. It's coming down to, who has cash, to pay out the Glazers what they want. Now, Ineos, they are asset rich, but they haven't been able to sort of offer the lucrative deal. Like, they've been going in with, if we sort of repeat ourselves, like if you're going down in timeline, they offered like 2 million, 2.5 upfront payment, and then installments and stuff like that. There's been legal challenges from the Class A shareholders that, we want to have we will sue you, right? So yeah. That's been blown out of the water at the end of the day. There's been people backing themselves up, like Rio Ferdinand coming out to say, yep, Qatar it is. There's been Bloomberg, Reuters, and then it's been the, Ben Jacobs and all them sports journalists to say different things to downplay. I mean, at the end of the day, the truth is always in the middle. Like, it ain't matter what people are saying. The road leads to full sale. So I think that at the end of the day, now, put everything aside. We got the Mason Greenwood story out of the way. That's been solved. We got the transfer window closed. Now, what we fans should do, 100%, forget about putting your anger towards the manager to calling Erik Ten Hag out. Your focus should be now to put the Glazers to the sword. Once and for all, Glazers out, green and gold until we announce and sold. That's what the focus should be.
Facts. 100%.
Facts. So that's, again, I repeat to you people, I will pull this up again, right? People, let me know in the chat, does it really matter when it will be announced or that the Glazers are actually going? Let me know. Smash a 1 if you think it matters when, or smash a 2 if you think that as long as they're going, you'll be fine. All right? I want to bring this to this team because I do expect this to now pick up, like in media, that we are going towards the right track, because if you look at it from a business perspective, it's too much from a PR perspective from the club to handle right now. You got to handle now this with the, Jadon Sancho story. You got to handle this with the Antony Dos Santos. There's been a lot of things that you handle, but the thing is, the sales process has been going on since November and it has to have a resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people are saying Angie 2 doesn't really matter. That's it. As long as they are gone. Yeah.
Yeah, true. That's
We should have, and the thing is, the only way we can move forward. Now, I'm not speaking facts here right now. It ties into the overall what I started this podcast with, this morning podcast, is that it's the divide and conquer. You know, the Glazers' tragedy has been not to communicate at all, which means that we fan base are arguing against each other, right?
that's
That
true.
needs to stop, right? And the only way to back the manager to move forward, because clearly we are not ready. You know, we don't have a football operational team that they're handling this, because it's been full control by what is it called, the past Ed Woodward and Matt
Woodward
George and all
and,
the
yeah,
bankers, yeah.
the
It's
bankers,
been
yeah.
run by bankers, and arguably to say that our current footballing director doesn't have that much experience. He's a banker himself, right?
Yeah, that's yeah, like yeah, yeah. It's literally facts. Like even like United Real Therapy has been saying this for like years. I mean
Oh,
he
Nuruddin, yeah, my
he
friend
was a
Nuruddin.
guy who knew it from like long time ago.
Ah, Nuruddin is amazing.
And
Listen,
he's
first in December, so in January we're good for the January window, right? I keep thinking like, okay, so we didn't get a perfect window now in the transfer market, but
yeah
what's it to say that January window is going to be massive, right? What if we get the new ownership in let's say October, right? Then we are good to go for the January window. Then we can go and get the you know offload like Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay, and all that stuff,
yeah
right?
yeah. That's
We couldn't simply get rid of everyone this window. Impossible. But there's still one
true.
more window to go in January. And
True.
what's this to say, Sajeev, that if we get a new ownership, that we will go hard in the January window to strengthen.
Yeah, yeah. So it's literally either in January or like pretty much in the next summer.
Yeah, make it happen. What people are saying, like glazes are full sale only. What people say, this is illogical. What you're saying, Mark. The idea to play it to young. Okay, yeah. I can see. Yeah, We're talking about the glazes. So get him out going as soon as possible. 33 likes. What people saying? Smash the like, people. Get it up to 100, please. It's not about the likes. It's about getting the glazes out the club. Now that's the big focus. I don't care about the transfers. I don't care about how we're playing at the moment. Form will come, goals will come. But one thing that is blocking us, it's the Glazers. They're the ones that are creating that toxic environment, 100%. They're the ones that are creating the player power. They're the ones that are allowing it. And Ten Hag is trying to block it. Ten Hag is doing everything in his power to keep an harmonious squad, right? What are you saying, Angie? As long as they are gone by November 1st, 1 year, and put the club up for sale investment. 100%, Angie, 100%. Jamie Wayne saying 100% we will. What are you guys saying? Sajeev, what's your YouTube channel? Yes, Sajeev, what's your YouTube channel?
Kenny Fan TV. Just you can just search
Yeah.
it.
Guys, go follow, go smash a like for Kenny. Go support Kenny Fan TV after the stream. But anyway, good morning to you. Glazers are going. What people are saying, you feel confident, 100%. But we should now and ever, there's everything is out the window. We'll close the transfer window. Keep the pressure going right now. Support 9058. Support United against the Glazers. What's up? Keep going. But at the end of the day, do you think that they really care? Do you think that they're listening? If we are protesting,
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't know, speaking as an overseas fan, I have a feeling they don't really care at this moment of at this moment of time.
Rajat, to be honest, we've spoken about this so many times. The financial figures don't like my friend. They say they didn't want to sell. They want to sell 100%. Listen, they've gone through all the processes. They had shortlisting of investors to have a minority investment. Everyone walked away at the end of the day. We're living in a financial crisis world where Bank of America wants to have the credit back. They maxed out the credit card basically. So this was the last window that we could use the credit card, right? They kicked the can further down the road. Buccaneers in mess. They're looking to cash in 100%. The rest, I don't see any other way. You know, when you max out your credit card and you don't want to dip in your pocket, what should you do?
Uh, I mean, savings, pretty much savings.
Savings? What savings? Darcy Glazer? She's not going to give you money. Honest to God. The rebuild must be happening, Jamie Wayne. I agree with you. It is a rebuild. This season alone, it's a rebuild. I mean, basically what I discovered, like when I did my analysis, like, you know, when you analyze that 23 youngsters and players been sold, 4 has gone on loan. The 4 what's gone on loan is the players that Erik ten Hag rates, and 7 has been in. Like, you know, I think there's been 4 purchases and 3 has been loan deals, right?
Sorry?
There's been 7 ins, and I think it's been 4 purchases and 3 loan deals. Yeah. But in fact, when you look at it, 23 youngsters has been sold, and 4 has been out for loan. And the 4 ones that's gone out for loan is the one that he raised, that he sees something that can develop. So that tells me that it's kind of a little bit of a rebuild to sort of improve the squad. That's been very inflated, honest to God. Yeah, guys, the club is until the club is sold, full sale only. This is what we should trend 100%. And I agree with you what you say, Neil Driscoll. I believe nothing until I see it. It's been done. It's been sold. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, what I'm saying, I do expect all these Ben Jacobs and all that Mike Keegans and start picking this up and, you know, starting spinning this gravy train. But there's only one way as United fans, and just keep the pressure on, like, you know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. They like the fans need to they have to start their own like petition, or they have to do.
No, but there's been a lot of work going on in the background. The protest's been louder and louder, but the only thing that I see has been working in certain ways has been attacking the sponsor, attacking where the money is, right? And I really think what Ainge is saying is, I think that the announcement will come sooner or later due to the financial situation, right? They don't have money. We are stint at the end of the day. We need that cash injection, right?
True.
You can just go back to this transfer window to say, this transfer window was bankrolled by Bank of America. Was the credit line approved? And in order to sort of get more players in, we had to wheel and deal to go to Amrabat to get him on the loan, which we can actually bought for 25 plus 5, right? We got lucky there. We got lucky there because Amrabat only wanted to play for Manchester United.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, he wanted to come. He's been wanting to come to us.
No, but if it wasn't for him forcing his move, mate, you know, we
Exactly.
would never got that deal. So we got the upper hand thanks to Amrabat. You know what I mean? I will call him Don Amrabaso. Thank you.
I will probably call him the Moroccan Andrew Tate.
Moroccan Andrew Tate. Yeah. Yep, 100%. I'm not going to read this up because YouTube algorithm, but anyway, guarantee that due diligence has been done already. Yeah, it has been, right? It's just, guys, we are talking about a multi-billion-dollar deal, right? We're talking about you don't want to buy the pig in the bag. You know what I mean? You want to check everything. Like, you're checking the finances, you're checking everything needs to be across the line, and then you have to work with the, you know, to buy out the 31% of the Class A shareholders. Like Glazers is easy; they hold 150 million shares, like, you know, Class B shares, right? And that's kind of a premium. So I do expect this to take place before November, 100%.
I'm kind of expecting on like on October, but maybe around October until January, maybe just around there.
No, I'm just setting a stance. I'm tired of this. I don't have any expectations. All I keep saying is that I know it'll be 92 Holdings Foundation. I know it is. When it will be, que sera, like, as long as it happens, it happens. That's when it happens. Get it done. Get it done. Get those clowns out of town anytime soon. So enough of this abuse. I think that if you're talking about domestic abuse, what we've been seeing, like, we fans have been abused for 18 years, domestically abused by the
That's true.
Glazers.
That is so true.
100%. Anyway, mate. So, what's the guys? If anyone wants to come in and have a say, this has just been me having a morning coffee. When Amrabat is going to be awesome, Amrabat is already become a club legend without kicking a ball. As Stephanie's saying. When is Amrabat going to make a debut for Manchester United MUFC? I think it will be against Brighton.
Brighton.
Right.
He needs to start. This guy needs to start, because otherwise we will be run over with with like Eriksen, Bruno, and all that.
Yeah.
Easily.
Anyway, guys, it's been 1 hour and 5 minutes. It was only supposed to be 45 minutes. But Sajeev, what's the mood in Sydney around your legendary Reds around Australia?
Yeah, it's night, and it's still like very cold weather at the moment.
Yeah.
It's
I'm more scanning the global fan base. What's the local Reds saying in Sydney and Australia? Are they downbeaten, or they're feeling positive, or how's the future looking?
To be honest, I spoke to a couple of my friends who support United. They were saying like they weren't they just told me the same thing, that we got that the VIA was like the VIA was absolutely rigged.
Absolutely.
And
The special. Wait a minute. I got a question for the special one, Jose Mourinho, in the chat here. What do you think of Mount so far?
Mount is okay. Like the thing is, like, I just feel like he hasn't played much for like 18 months. I just heard. I'm not sure if I'm correct on this one. I just feel like he like in his first two games, I felt he looks a lot what was the word called, rusty.
Yeah, rusty.
He looks. I thought preseason his first preseason game, I thought he did all right, but after that, I don't know what really happened to him.
I think it's too early, special one, to cast a judge on.
Yeah,
Mason Mount.
I will. To be honest, I will give him. I'll probably just. I'm gonna judge him after this season.
Yeah, no, but that's probably the best way to do. Give the new signings one season leeway. Let them integrate into the team. But you mentioned a very interesting point. He hasn't played much for the past 18 months, right? So yeah, trying to find his form, and unfortunately got the injury. So yeah, I would say that I agree with you. Give the every new signing, you have to give them like one season to sort of to judge.
Yeah,
and the judge and jury is out on Antony right now because it's his second season, and But I'm just saying that Sancho's been with the club for 2.5 years, and I still think that he's turning into a flop, according to my opinion.
He was already a flop since like after the FA Cup final. I just said it.
Yeah. Big up everyone for tuning in. Great show, what Stephanie Griffin said. Big up to you, Sajeev, and the VAR rooms. Go and check out Sajeev as well, his channel and his tweets, Twitter. So anyway, I just want to see what Milos Mitic is saying, because he's writing in Serbian. Hang on, I just can read this. Mati Sadko promotion in. Yeah, you're saying Milos is saying that Mount is still fresh and young into the squad, but he's expecting him to pick up form and become better. He's learning the Erik Ten Hag way, the team way. He looks a little bit lost at current. I mean, when you think about it, he's a Chelsea. He's been with Chelsea since 6 years of age. Chelsea is all he knows.
That's true.
He had one loan spell when he went as a youngster to Holland, right? And that's about it,
I think he was with Frank Lampard in the Championship club called like Derby as well. Yeah.
All right then. Listen, peeps, thank you so much for tuning in. I gotta go. I have a conference call to make. But the Saudi window is still open. What do you expect? Will you see a resolution regarding Sancho, do you reckon it's going to be resolute? Do you think they're going to work it out? Or do you think, because I read some statement that club is taking this serious, they are thinking to sort of ship him off to Saudi or Turkey market? I don't think they will, right?
I don't think they will because of his wage. But I just hope he gets some disciplinary actions against Sancho at the moment. Maybe like maybe like a one match ban kind of thing.
Okay. No, okay. Well, we'll see. Guys, let us know in the comments. This has been Mick Ruby here, having the 10 Things weekly review and engaging with your fan base as well. And thank you, Sajid, for coming on board as well, having a say, coming in. Always welcome to come in anytime. I'll always paste the link. You always like to come in and talk. Yeah.
Can I make a last point about
Yeah,
Arsenal?
sure.
I don't understand like how can they celebrate as if they already won the league after 4 games? And
Well, they celebrated because they knew they got away with murder. That's the thing. They were absolutely shitting the pants when we went 2-1 up, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
They got lucky. And,
I don't understand. Like I don't understand. Like why was 8 minutes being like given? That is absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, I cannot calculate. I've been calculating. I've been looking in. I can't find how they find 8-9 minutes. The only conclusion that I come to is production. You know, Premier League is a product. You know, they're selling like, you know, because
so man.
TV rights are very expensive and they want to create this extra drama and attention. Like, you know, so what they do this season is to add on extra 9 minutes for entertainment, like, you know, to have more drama. I can't see the other way.
Maybe they want to copy like FIFA, man. They just want to do that pretty much.
I mean, what's the point of having a VAR?
Exactly.
You know, with eagle eye technology, if you can't have a proper rulings, right? It's absolutely destroying the game. And if you see the lines, so where is the offside? Is it just by the tone, millimeter? This is ridiculous. Like, it's laser precision.
If you kind of switch the camera angle, I just saw on a very on a very straight angle, he is onside. He is onside.
Okay, I can see the last comments here. What you're saying, send Sancho Sabira, bestie, behave. The boot camp there. No, we're not going to be like that. Mason Mount has only played with the mixture of his first team. Flops under 21 so far. Give him a chance. Yeah, 100%. Guys, thank you so much for being in the video room. I certainly have to go. It's been fun talking to you. I feel much better. I hope you're feeling well as well.
Thank you very much. I feel absolutely well, man. Because look, I'm not like as much it was absolutely heartbreaking, but I'm still absolutely
I still feel we played great football. Like,
I'm not.
If I listen to what Steve Hulse and people that know football, they also say we play great football. So I'm not worried at the end of the day, like, you know. But the thing is, what pisses me off that we don't have a chance to rebound. We have to wait for another 2 weeks to see a resolution. But maybe this 2 weeks is just a good to have a little bit of breathing and space as a fan, as players, and just think about something else. Go watch Netflix or something else. There's nothing more to watch. Anyway, thank you guys for this. Please don't forget to smash and like, subscribe if you haven't. It's been Mick Ruby, and thank you, Sajid, for coming in. Kenny Fan TV, go check him out. Where can people find you in your socials, by the way, my friend?
Look, I'm not really I'm not really much on socials like much, but you can just find me on the YouTube pretty much.
On YouTube. Stay away from the socials, people.
Oh yeah.
That's going to only hurt your mental health this week.
Yeah,
anyway,
absolutely.
Thank you. Have a good day, and hopefully we made you a better day. Peace, love, and banana. Bye for now, people. That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching Mufc Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.